Hi everyone. It's weekly reflection time, and just noticing I'm squint. Sorry, I get really funny about where my camera is and where I am. Anyway, weekly reflection time. As you know, it's been an interesting week. I feel like what began to emerge that week, a couple of weeks ago, on the back of Amy's calls, and that feeling of uh, self-doubt starting to arise. It's like that was seen, and then, oh no, there's another level deeper. Look at this one now. That's what this last week has felt like. But just before this week unfolded, so particularly last weekend, I had such clarity of the play of this life. And so I'm going to share a little, why am I talking like that? I noticed I was doing that yesterday. I'm going to share a little idea to help illustrate the usefulness of this play of life, but also use my experience of this last week to show the inherent turn on a dime shifts available in this play of life. So if I go back to last weekend, I think it was last weekend, not the one before, or maybe it was the one before actually, because I think I remember talking to Nikki about it at the spa. Anyway, whenever it was quite recent. I had this really clear seeing of how important this experience is. So if you were to equate this literally to a play in the theatre or a movie on the screen, imagine that you go to watch a play and and you're really looking forward to it. It's this top actor's going to be performing, and you settle yourself in your seat, and then the lead character comes on and he stands on the stage and he tells you that he's got a problem. He's just, I've got a problem. And then he goes, oh, I've solved it. He walks off again. The play's over. That's it. Imagine if that was all that happened in a play. Might you be speaking to the theatre company saying, I'm due a refund? That's not fun. That's not interesting. Why are you putting this play on? Who would ever want to come and see this? And that's kind of what we're always wishing life would be like. We're wishing that, in fact, we're wishing that there are no problems. But if there were problems, if there were challenges, if there were difficulties, we want it just to be done and we move on and we go to the next thing. Now, I've certainly seen that that's more available the more we know who we are, the more we're in the flow of experience as it is, instead of resisting it, then yeah, temporary challenges come up and they're resolved, they're worked through, they're dealt with, they're just navigated with grace and ease, as Michael would say. So there is an easier experience of challenges. Absolutely, that's available. But I don't know if we ever want to get to the place of it being like that guy on the stage, where we just go, there's a challenge, I've solved it. Like literally like that. Because where's the richness? Where's the interest? Where's the diversity? Where's the engagement with others? Where's the delight of having a conversation and a realization dropping in and that giving you a fresh way forward? Like, how dull it would be. And so if who we are is the creative potential for all of life, why on earth would we create a play that says, I've got a problem, I've solved it? If life is and I don't know this to be true, but if infinite awareness is experiencing a human experience through us, as us, if we are wanting a human experience, if who we really are wants a human experience, it wants to go to the theatre for a great show, why would it create a show in which people say, I've got a problem, I've solved it? If who we really are wants an amazing, enriching, enlivening, delightful, harrowing, heartbreaking, if it wants all the experience, it's going to create a play like we've got here. It's going to create this with all of the possibilities in it, with all of the emotions in it, with all of the drama in it, as well as the potential for all of the ease and the flow and the delightfulness. Because otherwise, why create the play in the first place? Nobody's going to want to go and see it. It's not interesting. Awareness as itself is that space of complete ease and okayness and no problems and everything's solved already. It's the completeness of it's all okay. It doesn't need to go and see a play to see itself in that form reflected back in that same purity. It wants to go and see this play of the human experience for the diversity, for that richness, for that difference, for that vitality, for that learning, for that possibility of what happens if I do this? What happens if I put that character with that character? What happens if I drop this one into that experience really suddenly? What happens if this one stays in that terrible experience for a bit longer? Like a kid pressing these buttons going testing, like what does this one do? What does that one do? What happens if I mix that one with this one? That's kind of how it came through to me, the reason why we have this incredible play of life. And so, yeah, so that's why this experience is like it is. That's why we have this human experience. From that came through, it felt very clear, very true. That's what this human experience is for. And so then now in this last week, I've had the opportunity to see that all playing out, to see that richness, to see the, oh my goodness, the elation and flow of the beautiful moments and the appreciation I've received that's been so felt with love and received with love. And I've had these depths of, oh my God, it's all terrible. I'm such a failure. I'm so wrong. I'm doing it all so wrong. And just being in that, like, not, I didn't try and rescue myself out of it. I didn't try and avoid it. I didn't distract. In fact, I did catch myself at one point when I'd had a call about some work that's ending, and I felt that disappointment. I felt terrible, and I caught myself almost going back into the old habit of, oh well, I'll just carry on and do the next thing. And I was like, no, stop. Feel this. Feel this exactly as it is. And it seems like that being with all these waves this week in all their ups and downs is what's made the movement through them easier, or with them easier, but it's also shown me this play of life, because instantly when there's been delight shining back at me. Instantly when it's back in the depths, there's those depths shining back at me. Now, I don't have a sense of which comes first. I'm not really sure there is a first. It feels to me like that whole scene appears on the stage at the same time. It's not like, oh, I was feeling low, and then that created that person telling me the contract's ending. It felt like the whole thing. It was all one thing. It wasn't a sequence of events, although it kind of looks like it unfolds like that sometimes in life. The whole scene arises on the stage at the same time, with all the appropriate characters playing their appropriate roles, making it look completely valid and perfect, that therefore this is why this feeling is happening. And that we've taken it to be way, way back, we'd be like, oh, well, they've made me feel like this. Then it might have become, oh, I was thinking it first, which made it show up like that. I don't really know about any of that stuff now. It's all one. It's all one thing arising. It's all one scene arising on the stage at the same time. Beautifully choreographed, synchronized. Oh my word, with such expertise that there is no glimmer of it being fake. There's no glimmer of it being a production. It's so professionally done that it just looks so real. It looks like it's actually a fixed, definite thing. It looks like, and yeah, thankfully for the space within that knows who I really am, to be able to see it all playing out like that. And yeah, of course I went through the feeling of it, but I never fully believed it. I never fully got lost in it. I never fully got entangled in it to think, oh, well, this is it. This is the end. In fact, funnily enough, that even came, that those thoughts came. Well, I think I'll just be stopping my business then. Fine. You know, whereas in the past it would have been like, oh my God, no, that can't happen, because business is a way to keep myself busy and be validated. So no, I can't stop the business. Oh no, that thought's not allowed. Whereas in this last week, that thought's allowed. Yeah, this might be it. I might not be doing this personal development stuff anymore. The business might be ending. Okay. Then the next moment, in absence of resistance to that, the next scene arises. I'm back feeling light, the world's appearing as beauty, and I'm receiving gorgeous feedback, and scene to scene to scene to scene, just arising, inviting the welcoming and inclusion of all. So that as the audience, we're not sitting there going, oh well, no, they shouldn't have put that scene there. No, that really spoilt the whole show. We're not that audience member. We are the audience member that goes, oh, I love this bit. 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 With everything that's coming up, including this might be the end. I might be stopping my business. Oh, I love this bit. Oh yeah, let's see this next bit. Let's see this next bit. What's this next bit going to be? That's what's in alignment with the truth of who we are and the truth of what's playing out. And it includes the bit when we forget we're the audience member and we get caught in the drama and we think we're one of the characters on the stage, and we start to have an argument with somebody and start to try and redirect the scene the way we think it should be redirected, and still we're sitting there as ourselves going, oh, I love this bit. So how do I bring this together? Yeah, the point of life is the play. The point of life is the process of it. The point of life is the experience of it. The point of life is all the richness and diversity and variability of it. The point of life is all the experience of it. And it changes like that. Scene to scene to scene to scene. The more open you are to it, the more easily it changes. The more you're sitting there as the audience going, I love this bit, the more easily you thoroughly enjoy that scene, and then the more easily it moves to the next scene. And you love that next bit. And with that, then the play just unfolds in the way it's been designed to. The way it was directed and choreographed and scripted and all that stuff. With all the richness, because that's what's wanted. Why would we go and see a play where the script consists of, I've got a problem, oh, I solved it. So whatever's happening for you right now, consider it in the context of that richness, that diversity, that all the variability of it, all the changeability of it, all the drama of it, all the unfolding of it, all the what's next of it. And just notice what that feels like that might be different from the normal. And I'll see you all next week. Lots of love.